What we want to be talking about here is a prediction in price, so that if this lawsuit does get dropped, way back on the 22nd of December 2020, the SEC in the US filed a lawsuit with Ripple over their XRP token. And on that day, it took an epic 67% drop. Well, I am so glad to be making this video here today. I have always been a good fan of XRP ever since right in the early days of this channel, where we made lots of XRP videos. But don't be fooled, you know, I did go through many of the pros and cons of XRP and its valuation back in some of those videos, and this video is certainly going to be no different. So right here we can see the recent news, which I'm sure you're already aware of. So Ripple claims XRP is not a security since there is no investment contract. Basically what it comes down to is Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple. I'm not a legal expert, okay, but he's submitted some forms to request that all this stuff just gets done away with, because the SEC, after over 2 years now, or almost 2 years, they haven't been able to actually prove that XRP is actually a security. And I've been saying this ever since all this nonsense actually begun. I mean, how can the SEC have expected the guys at Ripple to have knowingly thought that this was a security and then filed the application for securities, when after 2 years the SEC themselves cannot even prove that this XRP token is actually a security? I mean, it's ridiculous. Another rather interesting point, which I've been making for many years, is now that Ripple is saying that XRP owners have no rights or contract, so the token is not a security. As I say, something I've been saying for some time now, the fact that when people buy XRP tokens, it's not a security because there's not any guaranteed earnings like you would get with stocks and shares. You're just buying some token on the blockchain which does nothing. But of course, there is always some good speculative hopes and dreams that the price will, of course, go up in future if they manage to get that whole XRapid system replacing Swift and all the rest of it. And even then, the valuation wouldn't be quite as much as you might hope, because of the absolutely ungodly amount of coins which there is there with XRP. But hey, we're not into that in this video. What we want to be talking about here is a prediction in price, so that if this lawsuit does get dropped, where do we see the price going? So the first thing we need to do is find out just where the rest of the market is right now. Obviously, we are in a bear market, so we know we're not going to be looking at the top of a bull market type of price figure, but just how bad is it? So right here in the fundamental analysis section of our website, we've got mega caps, high caps, mid caps, and all that. XRP should fall in here. It is a high cap coin. So if we come here to high caps and scroll down, you're going to find XRP right here just above Stellar Lumens, which is rather interesting because that is, of course, like a fork of XRP. So we'll be taking a look at that one as well in just a moment. So right here we have XRP, and this is the distribution of analysis. This is for fundamental analysis on XRP. You can watch some of our other videos as to how all of this works. But right now we're just going to scroll right here to the bottom, because we want to be looking at the distances from the all-time high, because obviously, as I say, we're in a bear market. So what we want to do is work out just how far below from the all-time highs most of the other similar coins are right now, so that we can then work out where we would have expected the all-time high to be if it hadn't been hindered by this SEC lawsuit. If we have a look over here, so this is Stellar Lumens. As I said, this is like a fork of XRP, so a very good one to be taking a look at. And as we scroll all the way down here, we can see that the all-time high here was actually in Jan 2018, but of that it's down 87%. Ethereum has been out roughly the same amount of time as XRP, but Ethereum Classic is kind of the same coin it was back then, whereas Ethereum has gone on and merged into 2.0 now, and it's got NFTs and all kinds of stuff going on which never had back then. This one did have its all-time high in May 2021, so that's really, really good, and it's currently down 82%. And let's take one which is totally off the ball here. We've got Dogecoin, and again that is down 92%. We could have a bit of a look more at some more of these, but as a ballpark figure, we can see that the average of those is just basically 87%. Now, what you could do after this video is maybe go over there to this page and just look at more of the market, more of the coins which are in the high caps, and just go through to find a better average, maybe. But right now, we're just going to go with that. The next part of the puzzle is going to be working out just how far the all-time high was likely to have gone to. Now, we know with Bitcoin, everybody in the market, from Plan B to myself and everybody else, had worked out based on previous all-time highs that about 250,000 US dollars would have been a good all-time high to set for Bitcoin. Now, that never actually came out, and also everybody was expecting Ethereum to go to 15,000, but again, that never came out. So XRP, had it not been hindered by this SEC lawsuit, where would it have likely have gone to, judging that nothing really hit target? So looking at the weekly chart now for XRP, we can see that back here in April 2021, we hit a relative all-time high for that bull run of just $1.96. So prior to that, we had actually gone all the way up here to $3.30, but that was very different circumstances. So this was just after the peak. So this would have been the peak all the way down here, just 39 cents. However, after Christmas, what happened is everybody expecting the launch of XRapid, XRP's XRapid system, and they thought that it had very good potential to replace the current SWIFT model for intercontinental bank transfers, or whatever you would call it. Obviously, that never actually happened, but it was a very, very, very good system, and it had good potential to maybe do that in the future. But with the lawsuit, obviously now the other banks have been able to catch up on the technology and maybe bring out some rival products to that, to make that even less likely now. So even though Ripple hasn't been completely destroyed in the process, it has definitely lost now its first mover advantage in that market. But anyway, let's just get back to the point. So we haven't actually reached the all-time target of what everybody was expecting, which I think at the time was around the $10 mark. Now, of course, there was always crazy nutcases saying that it was going to go to $100, but there's also crazy nutcases saying Bitcoin was going to go to $1 million. So what I've worked out right here is basically that if Bitcoin was expected to go to 230,000, actually only went to 69, which was down 72.4%. Again, Ethereum widely expected to go to 15,000, only managed 4,800, which was down 67. XRP expecting $10 and only actually got $1.96, which was 80% down. But, having a look at an average, would be expecting about 70% down. So 70% down for that would be about there. So that would be about $3. So we went to $2, should have been $3, which is, of course, not even as much as it went to prior to that. But we also saw that XLM, Stellar Lumens, also didn't hit the all-time high, or higher than the previous all-time high from 2018. And with the special circumstances for XRP and the expectations at that time, we probably weren't going to come near that again anyway. Well, we would have come at $3, so that would have been pretty near. And that also is not that unlikely, because Litecoin as well, I think previously we went to $370, whereas this time it actually only managed to go to just above $400, which again, not particularly great gains. So with all that being the case, where could we expect sort of fair market value right now for XRP to be? If it was unhindered by this SEC lawsuit, where would it probably be priced at right now? Well, if it was unhindered, it would have probably got to, as we say, about $3, compared to everything else also not getting to where it was expected to go to. And then obviously fair market value right now would be 87.03% down on average based on everything else in the wider crypto markets as a whole. And that obviously leaves us at about 0.39%. So if we have a look at XRP right now, let's go down to the hourly, and we can see that right now it's actually 37 cents, and we was expecting 39 to be sort of fair market value. Then it's probably right now, sad to say, not undervalued. Now it has been recently, just within the last couple of weeks, it's been down to 31, which would have been a good place to buy. It probably was undervalued at that point. But right now it seems that I am not the only one that can come up with this type of price range here, up around the 39, because it seems that a lot of whales in the market have also started selling off as soon as they come up to this 39-cent mark, which means that I'm probably pretty much bang on the money, I would say, for that. However, I will say this: if that SEC lawsuit does get dropped, I would expect a wild ride upwards. Very, very temporary though. It will be short-lived, and we'll end up coming back down probably to around there, around the 39-cent mark, because that's then in line with the rest of the crypto market for whereabouts it should be priced right now. Now, if you do want to find out a little bit more about fundamental analysis and such things, check out this video up here where I go a lot more in depth into how to use those fundamental tools, and also the difference here being actual real fundamental analysis as used by professional stockbrokers, etc., rather than just speculative nonsense reading blog posts and hoping for the best. But people don't really understand the difference. Anyway, if you want to find out about real fundamental analysis, watch that video. That's it for me. I'll see you in the next.